dictates your character for you. So that swings me way far the other way. Like, I do not ever want to put the characters... I want to put the characters in a situation where I don't want to say force them to do something, but make it an obvious choice. And hopefully there'll be another choice that'll be fairly obvious. But the player characters will typically choose a third choice, one that's wasn't even thought about.
Yeah, I don't mind, like, you're put in, you have to make a choice of, like, the least of two worse options, but, like, in the image that I showed there, that's, like, the example on TV tropes of the "but thou must."
I gotcha.
It's just, like, no matter what you did, it was always going to end the same way, that kind of a thing.
That's no fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think so.
I mean, it's fine if it's I don't know, like, set up that way as a matter of plot relevance, where it's like, how to put this? Like with when we were chasing down the alchemist or the professor rather, and both of the doors led into the same room.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing is okay, but if it's like hugely important, like, do we kill this guy or let him live, and either way he activates the Deus Ex Machina right before he dies or kills himself or something,
Yeah. Sometimes, like, they're like, if there's a script, I get this is in my head, it's like a scripted event. Like, when X happens, this happens. So here's a perfect example. Maldark from my first campaign. He was trying to become a lich. He succeeded because the player characters were not able to stop him in time. Now, they could have killed him at any point up to then had they figured it out, so to speak. But even at the end, they were bamboozled by that damn illusion. But had the player characters stopped him, like legitimately stopped him, that would have been the end of bad guy. They just killed him after he drank the potion. Oops.
Yeah.
Because literally the concoction is drink this potion and die. They just helped him along a little faster.
Yeah, I'm sure he probably was planning on just, like, jumping off the arch anyway after he finished drinking.
In my head, the most dramatic outcome was the players grabbed the vial and threw it off the edge. So he would dive after it. To me, that would have been the most dramatically satisfying means possible. Assuming he failed. Assuming he won, the best means possible was the illusion dropped and you see him drinking that vial.
Although now I'm thinking what would have been hilarious is if he drank the vial and had an illusion of the vial being full. They toss it, he pretends to jump off after it, but in actuality he wanted to die anyway.
That's funny.
So they're like, oh, he died, he didn't get to drink the potion, but he's dead and now he's a lich.
Yeah, unfortunately he was a little boastful and that sort of thing. But
that's what makes a good villain.
The no choice thing was the arch being destroyed because they literally had no.
Yeah, that was the gods fighting.
They weren't.
There was not a lot to be done.
They weren't in a position where they could have affected anything, so they had no agency to begin with.
This isn't Final Fantasy. We're not killing gods just yet.
Not yet. I mean, eventually. I mean, everything's kind of on the table. So you guys are starting to get You tactically for the, except for when the illusions stop you guys are a wrecking force. Like, you guys just tear through things. So I like the when the illusions humble you guys a little bit.
Yeah, casually did 55 damage in one hit.
Right? That's freaking
Yeah,
disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting.
And I'm sitting here with my heat metal doing 16 damage.
You know,
But at least I got him to drop the sword.
yeah, it was good. You guys did good. Granted, I mean, they weren't super high level, but it's a culmination of things. Like those gelatinous cubes are like level pissant.
Yeah, but gelatinous cubes will kill you if you let your guard down.
Yeah.
They're not likely to get you, but if they do get you and you're inside of one, it is hard as hell to get out.
Yeah. I always think of that. There's a cartoon where the adventuring party is looking for a key for a door, and I think the rogue is pointing at the gelatinous cube, and you can see the key floating in there with the skeleton. Oh, that'd be a great puzzle. Of course, you guys would just obliterate a cube. No, it's interesting to me what a party can take down, for sure. Like, balancing combat is like the most difficult thing to do in Dungeons and Dragons, in my opinion.
In my Saturday game, our party just encountered a traveling circus, and one of their acts is a gelatinous cube that they have trapped in basically a giant glass jar.
Mm-hmm.
And people basically just pay money to bring whatever shit they want to try out and toss it into the jar and just watch it dissolve.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like, I want to see what happens if I toss a spoon in, or just, whatever.
That's so awesome. But
needless to say, we were being hunted by a demon, and the demon showed up while we were with the traveling circus, and now the traveling circus is down a few people.
I did pick up the Avernus book. Hopefully it's here in a few weeks. I think it comes out the 17th.
I haven't been keeping track of that one, actually. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it's 17th next week. It looks pretty cool. I mean, I like hell. So I definitely am going to bring a hellscape to this game, as well as I would also like to do some salt marshy stuff. Trying to think of what else we could do. I still have in my head Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I'd like to incorporate some of that kind of stuff too. They're just different parts of this. This is obviously a lot more politically driven, but eventually the world, I guess, is going to open up for you guys. I mean, you guys obviously have been here your entire lives. You'll probably want to get out there and adventure at some point. So we'll see what happens. I think that the two parties will split off. One will go in one direction and you guys go in another. It's kind of how I'm feeling it out anyways.
Is anybody in our group not from Tantibus?
Volderin technically is not.
Caspian's debatable.
Yeah, I mean, you're like second gen. So, kind of?
He's like those families that, it's a Hispanic family that moves to New York City, but they do their damnedest to, like, still be Hispanic.
Like everywhere except when like official matters are important, they still insist on speaking Spanish.
Yeah, I mean, they eat, authentic food at home. They speak the language to each other. I mean, he's from Tantibus, but he wouldn't really admit that if you asked him.
Yeah. His heart is in St. Louis. I
Or
got the whole
some saint, anyway.
Rokugan setting. That's always a possibility. So, I also have non-Valoris content too. How do you guys feel about Tiamat?
Well, I mean, we got a whole list of dragons to go down. It seems only a matter of time before we get to her.
Yeah, I know. Rumor is there's going to be another appearance soon.
Well, Vic did put the warning out. Assuming her dad paid any attention.
But I think you're concerned about the third visit.
Well, Vic personally, yes,
Yeah.
but in a matter of protecting the city, not sure if the second one's going to be good or bad, so kind of keeping on guard.
The dragons transcend good and bad. All right. Well, my ass is going to go to bed. I will holla at you all later. For those who had submitted the thing, I'll send out a reminder tomorrow when I'm at work and doing nothing. But essentially what I'm looking for is just like a small little paragraph for like, I chose to do this sort of thing because this, I felt like it was important for blah, blah, blah. I chose not to do this sort of thing because I felt like, ultimately it would have been optimal for the build, but blah, blah, blah. However you guys want to frame it or phrase it, but something that's easily copy pasta. I can do that and I can drop a link and then we'll start some voting things.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. If anybody needs me for anything, always hit me up.
Alrighty.
All right.
And I did drop off that cantrip in
I
DM.
did. I will take a look at it. Update my
I don't
browser.
get a new cantrip till 10th level anyway, so it's not a huge rush, but...
Oh, give me 1 second. I'm glad I looked at this, otherwise I might have lost it. Wait, why can't I do what? It does not like Internet Explorer. By that I mean. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen this one being tossed around. I will definitely take a look at it. And we'll see what we can do. It's
Okay.
I feel like it for your character, this would be fairly thematic.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's right in line with the psychic stuff, which also goes in line with her deity, so...
Yeah, absolutely. I'm leaning towards yes on this, but I'll review it tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. All right. Later, everybody. Peace.
Have a good night.